Welcome to our episode of Hong Kong Brief. Today, we've got a smorgasbord of stories that are as diverse as they are intriguing. From the fluctuating oil markets to Olympic dreams and the ever-evolving landscape of Chinese IPOs, it seems the world's got its hands full. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of how global events are spinning the wheel of fortune across different sectors, shall we? First up, imagine the world of oil markets as a giant seesaw. On one end, geopolitical tensions are like a hefty weight causing prices to dip, especially with recent events involving Iran and Israel. It's like watching a financial drama unfold, with every action having a ripple effect on global markets. Meanwhile, in a completely different arena, Hong Kong is buzzing with talks of doubling the prize money for Olympic gold medalists. It's not just about the glory of winning anymore, it's about hitting that jackpot, all in the name of boosting athlete motivation and national pride. And let's not forget the finance folks, who are probably biting their nails as China tightens its grip on IPO regulations, making the race to go public a tad more challenging. But wait, there's more. Hong Kong isn't just about oil and gold medals. The city is on a mission to become a haven for insurance-linked securities, aiming to shield itself from the financial aftermath of natural disasters. And amidst this financial innovation, there's a labor market tussle over domestic helpers and their rights, alongside HSBC's leap into the world of tokenized assets. It seems like Hong Kong is the place where finance, labor rights, and digital innovation are having a lively dance-off. And for those who appreciate the quieter, more reflective side of life, the M+ Museum is hosting an exhibition that celebrates the timeless elegance of black and white photography. It's a journey through history, emotion, and artistic expression that proves some stories are best told in shades of gray. Meanwhile, the financial gurus at the People's Bank of China are playing their cards close to their chest, keeping interest rates steady in a world of economic uncertainties. And for a dash of light-hearted entertainment, Kung Fu Panda 4 is kicking up a storm at the South Korean box office, proving that some stories have the magical ability to bring smiles across the globe. From the bustling construction sites of Hong Kong to the strategic maneuvers of its financial markets, and the poignant beauty of black and white photography, today's stories weave a rich tapestry of human endeavor, cultural exchange, and economic strategy. Whether it's through the lens of a camera, the intricacies of financial policies, or the universal language of cinema, these narratives invite us to explore the fascinating interplay between art, economy, and entertainment in our lives. So, buckle up, dear listeners, as we delve into these captivating stories. Please stay tuned for more in-depth coverage on each of these topics. In the ever-fluctuating world of global markets, recent events have stirred significant movements, particularly in the realms of oil prices, Olympic ambitions, and the Chinese IPO landscape. Each of these stories, sourced from reputable media outlets, highlights the interconnected nature of geopolitics, sports economics, and financial regulations on the international stage. Starting with the energy sector, the BBC reported a notable dip in oil prices following a weekend attack by Iran on Israel. This geopolitical tension sent ripples through the global markets, with Brent crude, a critical benchmark for oil prices worldwide, experiencing a decrease yet hovering close to an impactful $90 a barrel on Monday morning. This shift came after a period of rising prices, fueled by anticipations of Iran's actions, which saw Brent crude nearing a 6-month high just last week. The situation remains tense, with analysts pointing out that Israel's response to the attack could significantly influence global markets in the coming days and weeks. The ongoing conflict underscores the delicate balance in global oil markets, where geopolitical events can swiftly alter price trajectories and economic forecasts. Meanwhile, in the realm of international sports, the South China Morning Post brought attention to a unique proposal in Hong Kong concerning financial rewards for Olympic athletes. A lawmaker in the city has suggested that gold medalists at the upcoming Paris Olympics should receive a doubling of their prize money, potentially earning them 10 million Hong Kong dollars or more, courtesy of taxpayer funds. This proposal aims to match the financial incentives provided by private firms and sports bodies, echoing the generous 5 million Hong Kong dollars awarded to fencer Chung Kalong for his gold win in Tokyo 2021. The Hong Kong Jockey Club's recent increase in rewards for Asian Games gold medalists further illustrates the growing emphasis on financial incentives in the competitive sports arena. This move, while aimed at boosting athlete motivation and national pride, also sparks a broader conversation about the role of public funding in supporting sports excellence. Shifting focus to the financial markets, Nikkei Asia reported a notable slowdown in China's initial public offering (IPO) market due to stricter regulations. The first quarter of the year saw a dramatic drop in fundraising from Chinese IPOs, falling 64% to 23.6 billion Chinese yuan, $3.63 billion, from 65.1 billion Chinese yuan a year earlier, with the number of IPOs also decreasing significantly. Deloitte has adjusted its forecast for the year, predicting a sharp decline in the value of new Chinese stock flotations, attributing this slowdown to the tightening of stock listing rules by China's securities regulator. The China Securities Regulatory Commission, CSRC, has increased its scrutiny of companies seeking IPOs, planning to raise the number of random inspections, which has led many firms to reconsider their plans to go public. This regulatory shift reflects China's broader efforts to ensure market stability and investor protection, albeit at the cost of a slower IPO market. In conclusion, these stories from BBC, South China Morning Post, and Nikkei Asia illustrate the complex interplay between geopolitics, sports, and financial regulations on a global scale. From the impact of international conflicts on oil prices and the debate over public funding for Olympic athletes, to the tightening of IPO regulations in China, these narratives highlight the multifaceted nature of global events and their far-reaching effects on economies, markets, and societies worldwide. In the bustling metropolis of Hong Kong, a city known for its towering skyscrapers and vibrant financial market, there's a burgeoning interest in innovative financial instruments and a keen awareness of the challenges posed by the global labor market. The South China Morning Post, a leading source of news in the region, has been at the forefront of reporting on these developments, shedding light on how Hong Kong is navigating the complexities of the modern world. One of the most intriguing financial developments in Hong Kong is its ambition to become a hub for insurance-linked securities, ILS, such as catastrophe bonds. This initiative aims to bolster the city's capacity to insure against natural disasters in the Asia-Pacific region and China. According to the South China Morning Post, Hong Kong has already made significant strides in this direction, raising $562.5 million through 4 cat bond issues since 2021. The Insurance Authority of Hong Kong is actively engaging with international reinsurers, direct insurers, and Chinese localities to further boost issuance. This effort is particularly critical as the Asia-Pacific region and Africa are among the most vulnerable to natural disasters, with only 12.5% of losses insured in 2023, a figure that starkly contrasts with the global average of 38%. This initiative not only highlights Hong Kong's proactive stance in addressing the financial aspects of natural disasters, but also underscores the city's potential to lead in innovative financial solutions. Meanwhile, the labor market in Hong Kong, particularly concerning foreign domestic helpers, is experiencing its own set of challenges. The South China Morning Post reports a clash of views between employers and workers' groups over the issue of job hopping by domestic helpers from overseas. Employers have been vocal about their struggles with domestic helpers quitting their jobs prematurely, a trend that has been exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic's travel restrictions and quarantine rules. This situation has led to a surge in early resignations, with some domestic helpers opting to work illegally due to higher payments elsewhere. Employers are advocating for stricter rules, such as extending the resignation period from 1 month to 2 months and demanding more transparency in handling complaints. On the other hand, a group representing domestic helpers argues that the current rules already serve as a strong deterrent against job hopping and that the root cause of early resignations often lies in poor working conditions. This debate highlights the complex dynamics of Hong Kong's labor market and the need for balanced solutions that protect both employers' and workers' rights. In the realm of finance, HSBC, one of the world's largest banking and financial services organizations, is making headlines with its forward-thinking approach to tokenized assets. The South China Morning Post reports that HSBC CEO Noel Quinn has outlined plans to expand the bank's range of tokenized assets, emphasizing that future offerings, such as their gold token, will be backed by something real. This stance is a clear departure from the volatile world of cryptocurrencies, as the bank seeks to ground its digital products in tangible assets. HSBC's foray into tokenizing gold and considering bond issues represents a significant move towards embracing digital transformation while maintaining a connection to real-world assets. This approach not only demonstrates HSBC's commitment to innovation but also reflects a broader trend in the financial industry towards creating secure and reliable digital investment opportunities. Hong Kong's efforts to position itself as a hub for catastrophe bonds, the challenges faced by employers and domestic helpers, and HSBC's venture into tokenized assets are all indicative of a city that is constantly evolving and adapting to the demands of the modern world. Through these developments, Hong Kong is showcasing its ability to lead in financial innovation, navigate complex labor market issues, and embrace the digital revolution in banking. The South China Morning Post's coverage of these topics provides valuable insights into the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead for Hong Kong as it continues to shape its future in the global arena. Divided into 3 thematic sections aiming for contrast, light and shadow, and color chart, the exhibition delves into the aesthetic and artistic dimensions that make black and white photography a compelling medium. It highlights how the absence of color can accentuate contrasts, play with light and shadow, and evoke emotions in ways that color photography might not. The showcase includes works by legendary photographers such as Henri Cartier-Bresson, Robert Frank, Diane Arbus, and Imogen Cunningham. It also celebrates Asian pioneers and contemporary talents like Fan Ho and Lang Jingshan, bridging the gap between the past and the present, the East and the West. This collaboration marks the first major exhibition of the BNF's photography collection in Asia and signifies M+'s commitment to exploring diverse mediums of visual culture. The exhibition not only pays homage to the artistic dimension and practical accessibility of black and white photography but also underscores its enduring power in the digital age. Through the lens of these photographers, visitors are invited to experience the world in gradients of gray, discovering beauty and depth in the absence of color. Meanwhile, in the financial world, the People's Bank of China, PBOC, is making strategic moves to ensure economic stability and currency strength amidst a shaky recovery. According to Yahoo US, the PBOC has decided to keep its medium-term lending facility, MLF, rate unchanged. This decision comes as the central bank rolled over maturing medium-term loans, signaling its intention to maintain a steady course in the face of global economic uncertainties. The MLF rate, which serves as a guide for loan prime rates, LPRs, is closely watched by markets as an indicator of potential changes in lending benchmarks. By keeping the MLF rate steady, the PBOC aims to push back on market expectations around the timing of the first U.S. Federal Reserve interest rate cut this year, showcasing a careful balancing act in its monetary policy. On a lighter note, the world of entertainment sees the return of a beloved character making waves at the South Korean box office. Kung Fu Panda 4 has claimed the top spot, as reported by Yahoo US, with a weekend taking of $2.81 million. The animated feature has managed to dethrone Exuma and captivate audiences with its blend of humor, heart, and high-flying martial arts action. The success of Kung Fu Panda 4 in South Korea is a testament to the universal appeal of its story and characters, proving that certain tales can transcend cultural and linguistic barriers to bring joy and laughter to people around the globe. From the contemplative silence of black and white photography to the strategic deliberations of central banks, and the universal joy of animated movies, these stories reflect the diverse tapestry of human experience. Whether it's through the lens of a camera, the policies of financial institutions, or the storytelling of cinema, each narrative invites us to look deeper and appreciate the myriad ways in which art, economy, and entertainment intersect in our lives. In the bustling city of Hong Kong, where the skyline is constantly evolving with new constructions, the Hong Kong Construction Association has taken a pioneering step towards enhancing worker safety on construction sites. As reported by the South China Morning Post, a trial scheme has been launched across approximately 100 construction sites to monitor workers' adherence to safety measures. This innovative points-based system meticulously records any violations of safety rules by workers, assigning them 3 or 5 points based on the severity of their infraction. In a compassionate twist, workers have the opportunity to attend voluntary safety courses to redeem themselves by having points deducted. This approach not only aims to bolster safety awareness among workers but also ensures their livelihoods are not adversely affected. Looking ahead, the Construction Industry Council is gearing up to roll out a citywide marking scheme later this year, signaling a significant leap towards a safer construction environment in Hong Kong. Meanwhile, the financial landscape of Hong Kong is undergoing its own transformation. Laura Cha, the trailblazing first female chairman of Hong Kong Exchanges and Clearing, HKEX, is preparing to step down on April 24, leaving behind a legacy of striving to elevate the global stature of the exchange. Since taking the helm in 2018, Cha has been instrumental in steering Hong Kong towards becoming a formidable force in the global financial arena. Her tenure has been marked by efforts to internationalize and diversify the exchange beyond its China-centric focus, as detailed by the South China Morning Post. Cha's departure signals a pivotal moment for HKEX, as it continues on its trajectory towards greater international prominence under new leadership. However, amidst the advancements in construction safety and financial markets, a pressing issue looms over Hong Kong's older buildings. A recent fire in a 60-year-old building in lawma has cast a spotlight on the critical need for stringent enforcement of building safety regulations. The South China Morning Post highlights that, despite the introduction of upgraded regulations and inspections, many older structures in the city lack adequate fire protection measures and have obstructed escape routes. The incident underscores the urgent necessity for the government to not only enact but rigorously enforce safety orders to protect its residents. This entails a steadfast commitment to upholding the law, irrespective of the property type or the owner's socioeconomic status. The path to ensuring the safety of Hong Kong's buildings is fraught with challenges, but it is an indispensable journey to safeguard the lives and well-being of its citizens. In summary, Hong Kong stands at the crossroads of significant developments across various sectors. From the construction industry's innovative approach to enhancing worker safety to the financial sector's ambitions of global prominence, the city is poised for transformative changes. However, the stark reminder of the importance of building safety regulation enforcement serves as a call to action for all stakeholders. Together, these developments paint a picture of a city in flux, striving towards progress and safety in equal measure. In the intricate tapestry of global relations, the threads of culture, economy, and politics intertwine to shape our world. Amid the tensions and misunderstandings that often arise, voices like James Heimowitz, a seasoned expert in intercultural affairs with China, offer a beacon of hope for a more harmonious future, particularly between the United States and China. In an enlightening conversation with the South China Morning Post, Heimowitz delves into the complexities of China's global image, the critical role of people-to-people exchanges, and the unique position of Hong Kong in bridging divides. Heimowitz observes a significant shift in China's global posture, noting a turn inward and a reduction in engagement with the international community. This retreat, he argues, has sown seeds of misunderstanding and mistrust, particularly between China and the U.S. He asserts that the antidote to this growing divide lies in fostering deeper, more meaningful interactions at the people-to-people level. Heimowitz laments the decline in educational exchanges, pointing out the dwindling numbers of American students in China and vice versa as a troubling sign. Yet, he remains optimistic, highlighting recent efforts by both nations to attract tourists, investors, and students as steps toward rebuilding trust and understanding. The conversation then shifts to the broader canvas of U.S.-China relations, where Heimowitz acknowledges the structural tensions that cloud the bilateral relationship. However, he remains a steadfast believer in the power of interconnectivity and shared experiences to dispel misunderstandings and foster a more positive dynamic. He underscores the importance of cultural exchanges and open dialogue in paving the way for a better mutual understanding. Turning his gaze to Hong Kong, Heimowitz champions the one country, two systems principle, advocating for its preservation. He envisions Hong Kong continuing its pivotal role as an intermediary, enriching both itself and mainland China by maintaining its unique characteristics. The exploration of cultural exchanges and their impact on international relations finds a historical parallel in the tale of the 1961 musical film, Flower Drum Song, as recounted by the South China Morning Post. As the first Hollywood film with a predominantly Asian cast set in a contemporary context, it tackled themes of immigration and integration within San Francisco's Chinese-American community. Despite its groundbreaking nature and critical acclaim, the film initially flopped at the box office. However, its legacy endured, paving the way for future representations of Asian cultures in Hollywood, such as the 1993 film, The Joy Luck Club. Flower Drum Song's journey from underappreciation to recognition underscores the evolving nature of cultural representation and its significance in fostering a deeper understanding of diverse communities. In a different vein, Bloomberg sheds light on the complex interplay between central banking and industrial policy through the lens of Taiwan's recent economic maneuvers. Taiwan's central bank's decision to hike its discount rate by 12.5 basis points to 2.125%, in contrast to the U.S. Federal Reserve's stance, underscores the challenges central bankers face in navigating the aftermath of fiscal policy decisions and regulatory changes. This move, aimed at curbing inflation and preempting a spike in electricity prices, highlights the delicate balance central banks must strike in steering their country's economies through turbulent waters. Each of these narratives, from Heimowitz's hopeful vision for U.S.-China relations to the historical significance of Flower Drum Song and the economic strategies of Taiwan's central bank, illustrates the multifaceted nature of global interactions. Whether through cultural exchanges, cinematic representation, or economic policy, the path to mutual understanding and cooperation is paved with challenges and opportunities alike. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the lessons drawn from these diverse experiences underscore the importance of dialogue, empathy, and resilience in navigating the complexities of our global village. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.